Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Greg Larson Show. We're a really big show. I have a couple of announcements. First is there is a web series out on the Grouse House YouTube channel. That's the channel that's owned by Auntie Donna, or the Auntie Donna guys, I guess. And that web series is called The Greg Larson Show. It's bad, but good. It's good because I'm good. It's bad because they've done a hit job on me and made me look bad in it. I made 6 pilots for Grouse House and then they turned it into some kind of documentary series where, apparently I'm no good.
Crap, man.
I'm fucking weird. And they've fucking dogged me. They're all dogs. Auntie Donna are dogs. But check out the web series. It's on the Grouse House YouTube channel. Please give a like, give a subscribe. I hate it, but you should watch it so they know it's bad. So the Greg Larson Show on Grouse House. There's still 2 more episodes to come. And also, I'm doing some live shows. Now, in Melbourne, on the 7th and 8th of November, I'm doing live shows. They will be new material, mucking around, riffing around, fucking around.
Having a fun time. Going to...
Daddy.
Going to the
new jokes. I'm going to do new jokes. I'm going to do new stories, all new. It's half improvised, mucking around, 7th and 8th of November at Comedy Republic in Melbourne. On my Instagram, the link is in the bio. Also go into my Patreon, Greg Larson on Patreon. Don't go for the one, there's a fake one up there. I'm having to start legal proceedings against Patreon. I don't know what to do. There's a fake one on Patreon. That it's not fake because I started it, but I started it years ago and I don't have access to it anymore. And I don't know. It's patreon.com/Greg Larson with an EN. The photo is me. It's like black and white photo. And then the photo at the top is me. The header is like me lying down, sort of smiling. It says creating brave comedy. Make sure it's the right one. Patreon said I have to sue myself to get it taken down. I don't understand how. I just want it taken down, the fake Patreon. And what else? Oh, yeah. And here's the other fucking thing. This is a big thing. In December in Melbourne. Again, this is all Melbourne. I might do a show up in Sydney soon, but that's still TBC. But in Melbourne in November, I am going to record a live stand-up comedy special. The first proper one I've ever done. I've never done a proper one before. I've recorded my stand-up a bunch of times on a single camera or whatever. This is I'm in a studio, I'm doing a stand-up comedy special. And now most fucking comedians, they will record a special that goes for like an hour or 45 minutes. Not this guy. I'm doing a special that goes, get this, 2 hours. Oh, what's that? It's a 2-hour-long comedy special. Fucking imagine that. There's an intermission. There's a break. It's probably not going to be 2 hours. But I'm going to record. The special is called Where's My Fucking Money? And it's some of my favorite bits all interwoven into a single show about work and jobs and people ripping you off. And there'll be an intermission. It's going to be a big, long special. It's going to be crazy. It's all my best bits. It's stuff if you've seen me perform, you've seen these bits before, but come anyway and laugh and support me and give me a fucking laugh. That's at Humdinger Studios. Again, link in bio on my Instagram and all the rest of it. It's a live taping, 6th of December in Melbourne. We want to pack it out. It will sell out. It's not a huge venue, so get your tickets. Yeah, it's the best of. It's going to be great. Like, come along and fucking laugh. And even if you've heard the joke 10 times, like, laugh loud. And yeah, and then it will come out. It'll be out, and you'll be able to watch it. So those are the things I'm doing. Grouse House, YouTube show, Patreon, come and support me. Live shows in Comedy Republic, 7th, 8th of November, and the live special at Humdinger Studios, 6th of December. Instagram, Patreon, fucking come on down and party on down. Oh.
The Greg Larson Show. The big unit is ready to go. The Greg Larson Show. Muck around on the Mazapan. A fresh custard in his hand. The greatest podcast in all the land. Greg Larson Show. Yeah. Great, just what we need. Another podcast
Crabman.
A couple of weeks ago, I woke up, I rolled over, I was barely awake. You know, that sort of half awake, half asleep stage. I put my glasses on my face, I picked up my phone, I pushed unlock, and then opened up Instagram. I just do it. I am no different to any of you. That's right. You might think I'm an operational genius, but I'm just on my phone all the time. I rolled over, I opened my phone, pushed unlock, still barely awake. My eyes are all blurry, I can't see straight. I'm coughing. And the first thing I see is Charlie Kirk sitting on a chair saying the words, "Counting or not counting gang violence." Then I hear a crack and his neck popped open and blood gushed out like a waterfall. And then I scrolled past that and I saw an AI video of a starving baby in Gaza crying. But I knew it was AI because the woman behind the baby had 3 hands just for a second. And then also the baby had weird eyes like a cat. And the whole time I was watching it, I couldn't stop thinking about who made the video, wondering like why when, you know, like there's genuinely actually heaps of real footage of the real genocide and real babies that are dying and starving. Why do you need to make an AI video? Is this someone just farming engagement? You know, and then I scrolled down further and I saw actual footage of the actual genocide that Israel is still continuing to do. And then I scrolled down further and I saw a video of an abandoned puppy, and it was like a feel-good story because it was being rescued from a stormwater drain, except the puppy was very plump and had freshly washed hair. It clearly was not a rescued puppy. It was a puppy that they just had and went, let's chuck it down a drain and get some views. Then I got an ad for something called a Manscaper, which is like a hair trimmer for your dick and your balls. And then I saw a video of a guy telling me that he lied about his dishwasher sheets because he said even though they were environmentally friendly and cheaper than dishwashing tablets, he lied because he didn't think he could make them any cheaper than they already were, but he actually could lower the cost. Then I saw another AI video. This time it was a incredibly obese woman running around like at full speed inside of a house, but the house was all weird, like nothing made sense, like staircases to nowhere and everything. And she was running and jumping into railings and smashing them and smashing doors and jumping onto coffee tables and at one point flying around the ceiling and screaming. And then I checked my messages and I had 264 new message requests that read, "Hello guys." The first one said, "Hello guys, join for free to get my video naked." And then the next one said, "Thank you for wanting to be my friend. My pussy is very beautiful." Then I got out of that and I went back onto the main page and I watched an AI video of Stephen Hawking in a wheelchair racing on the Bathurst racetrack here in Australia with the V8 supercars. And then I saw a video of a guy that was trying to promote his cooking channel by pretending he was cooking for people in Gaza, but he definitely was not in Gaza. And then I saw a video of a goth girl lip-syncing really poorly to some lines from a Disney movie while she went cross-eyed and poked her tongue out. And then I watched an ad for suicide prevention that someone had taken from UK TV and put like borders on it with crying emojis on the borders. And they cut off the bit where it tells you who to call because they didn't care about that. They just wanted to get the likes and engagement for their channel. And then I scrolled and I saw the Charlie Kirk video again, this time from a different angle, and the blood was pouring out of his neck. whoever made the video zoomed in to focus on a guy behind Charlie Kirk who was making hand signals and was and the guy who made the video was talking about how it was a deep space conspiracy. And then I got out of bed and I did a piss and took my Zoloft. And that was probably like 5 minutes, right? That was the first 5 minutes of my day. And I guess what I want to say is that mainstream media, the traditional media, fucking sucks. Like you watch the news, and 99 times out of 100, it's the opinion of some old money billionaires who have, enough family money to buy newspapers and TV stations. And it's their whole job to make you think that mining companies are good, immigrants are bad, and that there's some really great specials at Coles. The media sucks, and it sucked for a very, very long time. And people know that. People know that. They've always known that. And now they have the option to leave it. And they are leaving it. We are leaving the mainstream media and we're replacing it with social media. That's what we've done. And what we've done is what we always do, right? We always do this in our society. We see a bad thing and we think that needs to change. So we make something, we're like, we got to stop that bad thing. We got to get a different thing. And then we make something that's way, way fucking worse. And when it comes to media, we jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire. Social media is the fire. The traditional media is the frying pan, and now we're in the fire, except the fire is made out of burning dog shit, and we're trying to put it out by pouring diarrhea dog shit all over ourselves. If the mainstream media is George Bush and Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Scott Morrison, Margaret Thatcher, if that's mainstream media, then social media is Donald Trump, Ted Bundy, Adolf Hitler, Rolf Harris, that fucking Grimace from McDonald's, the purple cunt from McDonald's, which I don't even understand what it is. What's Grimace? Who is Grimace? What is Grimace supposed to be? Like the Hamburglar steals burgers. I can wrap my mind around that. The other one, there's like a birdie one. Cool. It's at least it's humanoid. The fuck is Grimace? Now, people will say, a lot of people say, and I have said, that there's good things about social media. There's good things about social media. People can communicate with one another over vast distances. There's some funny things on there. There's some cool things on there. There's some good things on there. There's good channels. There's history, information. There's science stuff. There's people like Purple Pingers. He does good stuff. And yeah, that AI lady, big lady flying around her house. That's good stuff. Like that is good stuff. There are some good things on social media, but saying there are good things about social media is the same as saying there are good things about using 2 HIV-infected needles to inject heroin into your eardrums simultaneously. As in, there are some positives if you were to do that. There are some positives. 1, heroin makes you feel good. It's pain relief, right? You've just stabbed both your eardrums, but, you're being relieved from the pain from the heroin. And also having your eardrum burst, it's not all bad. You won't ever have to hear the sound that a toddler makes when it's doing one of those wet coughs. The wet coughs that toddlers do? Like, I can't do a toddler cough. It's the most disgusting sound humans have invented. The wet toddler cough. There are advantages. But on the whole, I would say this actually. I would argue that injecting 2 HIV-infected needles full of heroin directly into your eardrums is a net negative. Now, I will stand by that. I will say that and I will stand by it. I say that you shouldn't do it, despite the upsides that you might experience. And it's the same with social media. and I say this as someone who is on social media and can't fucking quit social media. I wish I had that sound from Brokeback Mountain where he goes, "I wish I knew how to quit you." But I'm not. So remember, before I even continue the rest of this fucking episode, that I'm just as big a hypocrite as anyone. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not saying it's your fault. It's not your fault. We'll get into that in a minute. But we should be off it, is what I'm saying. It's not good for us. I should be eating better. I should be exercising. I should be off social media. There's no goodness on there. It's dog shit. The mainstream media is bad. It is. And it often runs biased, misleading news. It leaves out crucial facts. There's various networks will push various different agendas. But social media doesn't even know what the fuck facts are. Its only agenda is to rip your asshole apart and piss inside it with AI slop and low-effort content delivered by vaguely hot people holding a lapel mic as they give commentary on a video that already exists until you're so full of social media fucking dog cum that you pop open like Charlie Kirk's neck. And I know that people organize on social media. I know that protest movements organize on social media, that people use social media as a way to communicate and to organize. But, I mean, let's be real. People have been organizing and protesting long before social media. Ever heard of the bloody civil rights movement?
Poinus.
I didn't know that was going to say poinus. But people can organize in other ways. And here's the thing: I've said this before, and I will say this again. I truly, truly believe this. What I'm about to say. Like, social media has the positive in that you could organize an anti-Trump protest, right? If you're in America and you hate Trump, you can organize an anti-Trump protest on social media. But you could also organize an anti-Trump protest without social media. We know for a fact that protests can be organized without social media. But what I'm saying is that Donald Trump would not have even been close to being elected without social media. Not even fucking close. There is no way someone, and it's not a coincidence that it took until social media was part of our, integral to our entire lives, that someone like Trump gets elected. Trump never gets elected without social media. If it wasn't for Facebook fake news, Trump would be nobody. He'd be, however the fuck old he is, 80 years old, he'd just be an 80-year-old man fingering his own asshole to furry porn whilst fucking zonked out on ketamine in his private island or golf club or wherever the fuck that fat pedophile hangs out. The only way a man like Trump gets elected is social media. Social media is fucking dog shit. And if you're not Australian, you might not know this, but maybe you do. If you're Australian, you definitely know this. In Australia, the government has decided to ban social media for anyone under 16. They've said this is brain rot. They've said we got to ban it. We got to stop social media for anyone under 16. Now, this is one of those weird times where I don't know if cognitive dissonance is the right word. I'm not even sure what that word means. Oh, fuck. I pushed one that just has to play out. The whole sound has to play out. If I push it, it'll just start again. We just have to listen to the whole sound. It's finished. It's taking every fibre of my being not to push that button again. What was I talking about? Yes, so we've decided to ban social media for anyone under 16 in Australia. Now, my brain is torn. My brain is extremely torn by this development. It is exactly the same as when I see a video of a sovereign citizen getting face planted by cops. Like, my brain is literally pulling in two directions. I hate the fucking cops, but I hate sovereign citizens. So like when a cop like face plants a sovereign citizen who's going, the vaccine is a 5G conspiracy. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to do. My mind is swimming. It's like watching a neo-Nazi beat up a pedophile, you know? That's actually a bad analogy because 100% of neo-Nazis are pedophiles, but you get the idea. But a social media ban is what is happening, right? A social media ban for anyone under the 16. For anyone under 16. I'll push it one more time. That's it. That's the last time I'm pushing it. I'm scrolling away from that button now.
Crabman.
It's just a Crabman button. A social media ban is an idea that was obviously, I don't know who came up with the idea, but whoever it was a shithead. Like, and I mean like a shithead is not necessarily a bad person, but just like fucked in the head. Like you would have to have shit in your head to think for 1 second that this would somehow work. Like forget about the morality of it, right? There's people that argue for and against it, whether it's constitutional or not constitutional. Kids have a right to be on social media. No, they don't. People like to communicate a sort of thing going, you know, people in remote communities will feel more isolated. You know, there's back and forth, all the morality of it. But here's the thing. Like, it's not going to work. What are you, dumb? What are you, fucking dumb? Like, you're talking about kids and technology. Are you kidding? Does anyone think, it scares me that people in power legitimately think, oh, this could be like a law that is implemented and works? No, like, you know, Pirate Bay, the website Pirate Bay is banned in this country. Do you know how easy it is to get around the Pirate Bay ban? It takes 2 fucking seconds. Like I won't tell you how to do it, but just type pirate proxy into Google. Like, have these cunts never heard of a VPN or a fake ID? Has anyone in politics ever seen what a tired, stressed parent will do for their screaming 8-year-old who wants to watch a Minecraft video on an iPad in the middle of a restaurant? Like, all these kids will know exactly how to get around the ban in 3 seconds. It'll take them 3.5 seconds to get around that ban. And for the few kids who don't, well, the parents will just make accounts for them. You think the parents give a fuck anymore? You think anyone gives a fuck anymore about what goes into a kid's eyeballs? The world's on fire. We've all checked out. Go to any school in this country. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. They're like, this whole generation's a write-off. We don't know what to do.
Crabman.
But it's not the kids, and this is beside the point, right? Because it's like it's not the kids that are that bad. Like they're probably more media literate than the Sky, social media literate than the Sky News boomers. I mean, not being on social media is a good thing. No kid should ever be on social media. That's not because it's bad for kids. It's bad for all human beings. It's trash. It's fucking garbage. I mean, social media is cigarettes, right? It's like, but you ban it and what happens? Nothing. Like, how does banning weed go? How did that work out? How's the cigarette black market going in Australia? And like, we all know as well, like the social media ban has nothing to do with, like, if you fucking, and that's the other thing, if you think that anyone in the Labor Party or the Liberal Party, and if, you know, you're in some other country, your 2 main political parties, your fucking centre-left and your centre-right parties, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, if you think any single one of them has any actual opinion, you're a fucking piss man. You're a piss brain. Like, they don't care about things and have concerns. They just do what they've been paid to do. Like, they just like, oh yeah, I love to be the big boy and I have donors and the donors like pay me money and then I get to be the big boy. They don't care about community or people or anything. They're fucking sociopaths. That's why they're in the main 2 fucking political parties, right? The only reason that this law is coming in. It's not about protecting the children. It's because old media cunts, the fucking Murdoch press and all the rest of it, they pay a bunch of bribes and they call it party donations, whatever. It's a fucking bribe to the Liberal Party and to the Labor Party because they want this social media business to go away and they have no idea what the fuck they're doing, right? This is like Blockbuster Video going, ban Netflix. But here's the whole reason I'm making this episode, right? Here's the entire reason I've decided to make this episode. Because it's just come to me, and because I am an operational genius with an IQ of 267. I have an idea. I fucking figured it out. I know how to fix social media. I know I might be the smartest cunt alive. But before I explain how to fix it, I think it's important to explain what it is and why it exists in order to explain how to fix it. But just for now, we'll cut to an ad break.
In the last 20 years, over 200 Mario Brothers figurines have been sold worldwide. But now the newest Mario Brothers figurine has gonna change the game. It's Wario with a big fat cock. That's right. Wario from the Mario Brothers the figurine has now got a big fat cock. It is a big Wario figurine and the cock is huge. There's over 200 for sale. Each one of them has a big cock, even bigger than the first. They get progressively bigger. The first figurine has a big cock of over 26 centimetres. The second figurine has a big cock of over 36 centimetres. By the time you get to the 200th Wario figurine, the cock is bigger than the entire Australasian subcontinent. Please, buy the Wario with a big cock figurine while stocks last. There's never been a Wario with a bigger cock than this, and you're gonna go crazy for Wario's big cock. Please, Mario Brothers figurines are really good, and this is our last chance to get them, to sell them. We are not officially licensed by Nintendo. We are an underground organisation that sells these Mario Brothers figurines. The money you spend will go to terrorism. We fund terrorism, just any kind of terrorism, just all kinds of terrorism. So when you buy a Mario with a cock as big as Australasia, you're supporting all terrorism. Thank you, Mario Brothers.
Thank you. We're back with the Greg Larson Show. That was an ad for our sponsors, the Wario with a big cock figurine. Yes, that ad has been played before. It's back by popular demand. A lot of people seem to want to hear it. I have an idea. Okay, so I figured it out. We're talking about social media. I just want to explain what social media is, how it started, why it started, to explain how we fix it. See, as long as human beings have existed, we've been pretty keen on making stuff, on art, on whatever, and looking at the stuff, right? Whether it's like, we started off with painting mammoths on caves. We had like weird medieval guys fighting a snail on the inside of a Bible. You know, people writing books about a short guy chucking a ring into a volcano, or someone writing a song about having just like the wettest pussy you've ever seen. We just love to make stuff, and maybe even more than that, we love to look and listen and read stuff. And back in the olden times, we'd just do it, like we'd just put it on caves and all that, and then we sort of got societies going and civilizations, and then we'd have like kings that would pay people, you know, or emperors or fucking royalty, and they'd be like, I'll be your patron and you can paint the Sistine Chapel, and there'd be different ways that you could go about creating stuff. Then companies started popping up and capitalism became the main business. There were companies that would pay people to make movies, publishing companies pay people to write books, record companies pay people to write music. And all these companies, they're all filled with people who don't know how to make movies or write books, but they were born rich and they could pay for other people to do it. and they paid you, and then you made stuff, and then you got paid to make it. And often they would make a lot more money than you would make, but you would make some money. You would be employed in some way, shape, or form. Then the 2000s happened and the tech boom happened, and the world became infested with the worst rat piece of shit human beings that have ever lived on planet Earth. Fucking tech bros. The monkey theme song. It's actually, the show was not called Monkey Magic. It was just called Monkey. So, yeah, a bit of trivia. Tech bros. Now, what tech bros are scum. They're human scum. They're not really humans. They're like a subhuman species. Tech bros are rich kids that basically are good with computers, and they don't know how to live in the world, but they have a lot of money and they're good with computers. And they don't have any good ideas of their own. All they know is like they see a product, a service, something that already exists, something that is viable, something that makes money, something that people do. And tech bros go, I would like to disrupt this market. And when they say disrupt, what they mean is how can we do exactly what is already being done, except a smartphone is involved and we keep all of the money, right? So they saw taxis. They saw the taxi companies and they went, what if we just did this, but you book it on your phone with an app instead of using your phone to call, and no one gets paid? And Uber was born. They said, what if we took a hotel and we made someone else pay for all the upkeep, all the cleaning? We made the hotel more expensive and worse, and we keep all your money and you book it on your smartphone. And Airbnb was born. They take an idea, like they see someone order a burger in a burger shop, and they come in and they go, what if you had to get your smartphone out and there's a QR code, and now the restaurant has to pay a booking fee and the customer has to pay a booking fee, and we get money, and we didn't even make a burger and we didn't even fucking buy a burger. We just get a bunch of money. Your burger costs more. Everyone loses except them. They just put a QR code in a shop and they've disrupted the market, i.e. just gotten real rich off your work. And tech bros were jealous of all forms of media, right? And when I say the media, I'm not just talking about news media. I'm not just talking about Murdoch Press and whatever. I'm talking about books, TV shows, music, photographic magazines. They saw media. They saw that the one constant in every society since the dawn of time, maybe other than food and rootin', is that people like art everywhere. Always, forever. They want it. They want to look at it. They want to listen to it. They want to make it. They want to read it. They want to play it. They want to sing it. But what can these tech bros do, right? They're fucking, they have no idea how to make a painting, take a photo. Magazines, newspapers, movies, they all exist. They all already exist. And all of them have already, like by the early 2000s, they've all, transitioned to online or whatever. There's newspapers. Now you read the newspaper online. Now it's a website. It's still functionally the same thing. You can watch videos online. You can look at photographic magazines online. So they want to make something new, right? But how? Like, what do they do? And they also hate the other thing. The tech bros hate giving anyone any of their money. They're like, they want to create something where they own everything and they make all the money. So even if they could start a website, just another website that publishes articles or photos or music or whatever, opinion pieces, they would have to pay someone to do that. A photographer is a job. An artist is a job. A writer is a job. These are jobs. You pay someone to make the thing that is on your website. So tech bros are sitting there going, they're trying to figure out, how do we get people to write stuff, paint things, take photos of things, and then just give us that stuff for free? How do we trick people into giving us all of their music and art and words for free? If we start a website, we're a publisher, we're a media publisher, we're a production company, whatever. We have to pay people if we want to publish their stuff. So they did what tech bros do. They figured out a way to trick us into getting the exact same thing we've always had, but now there's an app on our phone and no one gets paid. And this is the really clever bit, is they tricked all of us. They tricked me, they tricked you, they tricked everyone. They tricked every single one of us into making stuff for free because they know we love to make stuff. They know that most of us have no idea how much a photo is worth, right? Most people don't know how much a writer gets paid for the article they write. You know, they don't know how much. They might know how much Brad Pitt gets paid for a movie, but they don't know how much an average actor gets paid, and a background actor or just this little side guy. They know we don't know, right? So they create a media website, and functionally and fundamentally, it's not actually any different. The bells and whistles and the way it's presented look different, but it's still just the same as any website, right? It's not anything new. It's functionally the same as, you know, the Fox News website or the National Geographic website or any other news, art or photography website. They create a website filled with stuff that people want to read or look at or engage with, but now no one gets paid. And instead of calling it media, they call it social media. It's new. It's different. It's Web 2.0. It's a different thing. And so they know that you don't know how much it costs to hire a writer to write an opinion piece. They know that you have opinions, so they trick you into writing your opinions for free. Twitter Twitter was, I mean, it's X now, whatever the fuck. Twitter was functionally the same as news.com.au, except worse, right? It had less facts and less information than news.com.au, and that is a low bar. And the best part is, because they are publishers, but they call it social media, they don't have to hire editors or take any responsibility for anything they post, right? Even news.com.au has to have some level of fucking accountability. They publish a lot of bullshit, but they'd get in trouble if they started posting straight defamation. You know, if they ran an article with photoshopped images of Tom Cruise fucking eating cat shit out of a kitty litter tray, they could get sued. But Twitter can't get sued, or X can't get sued, because they are social media. They're basically they're publishers, but they can publish anything they like because technically it's actually you publishing it. It's like with Uber. You buy the car, you pay for the upkeep, you're legally responsible for anything that happens with that car. But Uber gets the money. Uber gets all the money. But at least with Uber, you get some money. It's not a living wage, but you get something. Twitter is even different, right? You get no money. So it's the same with Twitter, same with Instagram. You make content. You are responsible for the content. You help Twitter or the fucking Instagram. You bring them traffic. You literally give them money. You give them your data to sell. You give them your work, which they use for engagement and to sell more data. They get all the money. No more paying writers, no more paying actors, no more paying artists. And then this cunt, fucking Elon Musk, comes in. He buys Twitter, buys X, and then he goes, you got to pay to have a blue tick. You got to pay for a premium tier. And people fucking do. Everyone now in all of the social media platforms, and in some they are successful, they are trying to figure out how to get you to pay for the premium version, how to get you to pay money so they can then take your money, more money. The photo you post makes them money. The data you give them makes them money, and they're charging you money to give them money. It's exactly what the banks do. When you deposit your money in a bank, this is how a bank works. People forget this. You are lending money to the bank. That is what is happening. I deposit $100 in a bank. I am lending my bank $100. You are lending money to the bank. They are borrowing your money. Because your money doesn't just sit in a pile. They invest that money. They spend that money. They make more money. They make interest. They do things with that money. You lend them the money. They use the money. They spend the money. But they have so much money that they can promise that when you ask for some of it back, they'll give it to you. So that's the deal, right? You lend them money, they make a profit off it, and then they give it back. And that way it's not kept under your mattress, right? They get something, you get something. But after a long enough period of time, they realized everyone forgot that banks are actually borrowing their money. And they started acting like they were doing you a favor. They're saying, oh, we're keeping your money safe. I mean, yeah, but they're borrowing it. So not only now do banks borrow your money, they charge you a fee to borrow your money. If I went up to you and said, can I borrow $50? And you said, okay. And then I said, you're going to have to give me an extra $1 for the inconvenience of me borrowing the money from you, you would slap me in the face.
Here we go.
So this is social media, right? It's ruined the entire world. It's literally ruined our society, and we're paying them. We are donating images and opinions and art. We are donating things that have real monetary value, and we're donating them to X and Instagram and Facebook, and they make money every time someone clicks on your opinion or your video or your photo, and we thank them for it. We do work for them for free. And we have been successfully tricked into thinking we've been given something. It's like, I remember when I used to work, I talked about this before, I used to work in a visitor information center in Brisbane. We get all kinds of fucking idiots coming in. And I remember once, you could just tell she was very rich. This rich American woman came in and she said, I want to pay, is there somewhere I can go where I can pay to like shear a sheep? Like she wanted to pay money to experience shearing a sheep. And I was like, no. And that's a job. Like they pay you to do that. That's a job. Like, is there somewhere I can go where I can stack shelves? Like, that's a fucking job. And it fucking probably sucks. I've never shorn a sheep. But I imagine it fucking sucks. I've mulesed sheep. I once helped my uncle on a sheep farm once. Mulesing is when you cut off a flap of skin below where the tail is so the sheep doesn't get fly strike. And then one of the sheep had its testicles and my uncle cut them off and then he threw them at me. So here's the thing. Here's my plan, right? Social media has tricked us all into working for free for them. The solution is simple. We don't ban social media. You can't ban social media. You can't, like, bans don't work. The genie's out of the bottle. It wouldn't work. You can't ban it. Here's the plan. And and I fully admit, like, out of everything I've said on this podcast today and every time I've ever said anything, this is one of the more extreme and insane plans. Like, I know that this would never actually happen. I genuinely think it would work, but this is insane. Like, I know that this is like super, super extremist leftist, like more left wing than fucking Stalin. I know that this is an extremely controversial idea. I'm aware of that. I still think it would work, and I'm aware of how crazy this plan is. But anyway, here's the plan. We make a law in Australia and in any country. We make a law, and this is fucking crazy, right? But listen to this. We make a law where if you work for someone, like you do labor and work for them, by law, they have to pay you. Does that make sense? Like, I know it's fucking crazy, right? But like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it even as I say it. But like, imagine if it was illegal not to pay someone who works for you. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is, like, if I owned a shop and then someone came in every day from like 9 to 5 and they worked in the shop, legally I would be required to pay them, right? Or like if you own a website that publishes material and people do all the work for you and you publish the material that they make, you like have to pay them. I know, it's crazy. It's a crazy fucking idea, I know. And I also realize as I'm saying this, we might not be talking about, in individual terms, huge sums of money. The average person who's tweeting away or posting away, I mean, you know, they don't have the kind of followers I got. You know, they don't have the kind of social media cachet that I have. You know, they aren't operating at a level like me. That was a sarcastic yet self-deprecating joke. But like the average person, right? They like, you know, the average tweet, the average fucking, I don't know what to fucking say with X. I've fucking deleted all my X anyway. But your average X, your average Instagram post, whatever, you know, you get what, 1 like, 6 views. That might only be worth 2 cents, 5 cents, you know, it's 5 cents. And the social media companies and maybe even you will say, well, that's silly. You know, I don't need the 5 cents. But like, go into Kmart and open up one of their registers and take 5 cents out of the register. See what happens. See what happens to you. See what happens if you go into Woolworths and just steal 1 bottle of vanilla essence from Woolworths and see what happens. Rock up to work just a little late. Does your boss care? It's just a little late. Tech bros get to where they are by being tight-ass, penny-pinching fucking cunts. So you have to pinch every fucking penny you can. Make it a law that if you do work, you get paid for it. Simple. Make it a fucking law and actually enforce it. And you might say, I hear you might say, but people like posting on social media. They want to do it. They would happily do it for free. Yeah? So fucking what? There are people who like gardening. There are people who love gardening. People for whom gardening is their passion. They love getting their hands in the dirt, growing things. I don't know why. I've tried to garden. It's fucking stressful. Cats shit in the fucking dirt. But anyway, there's people that love it. They love gardening. Gardening is their passion. So should we not pay gardeners? Should we go, oh yeah, well, we won't pay gardeners because they love it? If someone does landscape, if a guy mows your lawn and he enjoys it, if he gets satisfaction out of mowing your lawn, should he not be paid? You know, if someone likes building things, you know, like someone, she builds a house, should she not be paid because she enjoys building? Should doctors not get paid because their passion and their drive is all about helping people and they're like, I want to help people. So yeah, no, you don't have to pay me. Fuck off. It's work. You can love your job and still get paid. Making content is work. And you're not getting paid, but someone is. The people that own social media companies are literally the richest human beings that have ever walked the face of this earth. The gap between rich and poor has never been more immense in the entirety of human history than it is right now. Because they are making so much fucking money because we're all working for them for free. So here's the law. You start a website like Twitter, cool. It's not new. It's not fucking disrupting. It's the same functionally as any fucking website that has any kind of content. It's the same as a newspaper. It's just now electronic, right? And when people publish things, they get paid for it. The same as when they write for a newspaper. When people sign up, they give their bank details. Every time they tweet, then you give them some money. You can't afford that? Well, sucks to be you. You want to be a publisher? Pay your workers. You don't want to be a publisher? Go dig a ditch, you fucking dog cunt. But Greg, I hear you ask. But Greg.
I thought I was pushing a sound. I'm just pushing the megaphone button.
Don't worry about it. But Greg, I hear you ask, how would we ever enforce it? With cops. I don't hate the idea of a cop. I hate cops. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I fucking hate cops, man. Oh, no.
I fucking hate cops, man. I'm fucking. Oh, that's the same, but
I hate cops. I eat them. I chop them up.
I fucking hate cops, dude. But I wouldn't hate cops if they were like, if they were actually enforcing laws that should be enforced, like corporate theft and wage theft. If you could call the cops on your boss for stealing your wages, I would love the cops. And the cops came in with fucking batons, cracked some actual heads that actually need to be cracked, i.e. Elon Musk. There's a head that needs a crack. Chuck that cunt in a jail. Don't pay your workers, straight to jail, cunt. Make Luigi Mangione the warden. Now, I hear what you're saying. This idea of paying people for work that they do is unrealistic. Like, the social media companies, they could never afford that amount of money. It would functionally destroy their websites. I mean, yeah, cool. Like, okay. If I start a website called Greg's Slaves and I sold slaves, and then someone said, hey, I don't think it should be legal to sell slaves on a website. Let's make a law so that Greg either has to pay them or they're not slaves. I can't turn around and go, well, look, that law's crazy, because if you made it illegal to have slaves, then my whole business would collapse, because my whole business is selling slaves. Ah, well, suck shit. Like, it used to be legal to sell slaves. Then we made it illegal. And don't fucking at me. I'm not saying that posting on social media is the same as slavery. I'm not making that comparison, you fuckhead. I'm just making a point that a thing can be legal and then you make it illegal. So you can run a social media website. I mean, it's just a fucking website. Like, it's like anything. Like, it's a fucking magazine. Like, it's an online website. Whatever the fuck. You can make it. You can build it. But anyone who posts there must be compensated for their time. If they're helping your website grow, if they're increasing your ad revenue, if they're doing the work, if you are selling their data, you got to give them a cut, even if it's only 2 cents. You got to pay everyone who contributes. Otherwise, Sergeant Luigi is going to kick your front door in and chuck you in the hole. You just got to pay people. And unlike a ban, which is easy to get around, if it's financially unviable to create a social media website, then who the fuck would do it? Right? It might be the death of social media. Oh, well, cool. Because, like, who would do it? Like, you got to have the capital. You got to have a server farm. You got to be a rich kid. And then you start it, and if we made it so that everyone has to pay, it either means that social media would become curated, where you basically apply for a job, and if your work is good enough, you are hired, which is basically like a magazine or a website or a fucking publishing house or whatever the fuck. Or the company goes away. Either way, we're better off. Because the news is shit. Mainstream news is shit. Mainstream media is shit. But nothing I have ever seen on mainstream media is anywhere even close to the shit I see on social media. I've never turned on the news and seen someone lip syncing to an anime porn soundtrack while dressed as a wolf, immediately followed by watching a man's carotid artery burst as he bleeds out in front of a screaming crowd. Social media is dog shit, and if they want to keep existing, they gotta fucking pay. But also they won't. Like, none of that will happen. Who cares? Nothing matters. Thanks, everyone. That's case closed. Greg on the case, and I've closed another one. Get back to jail, Elon Musk, because I'm gonna kiss you. Wait.
Elon Musk, you're gonna get. I'm gonna spit in your mouth. I'm gonna go like and cough up a big phlegm and spit in your mouth. Pay your workers, you dog. We're all your workers. I hate you. You fucking dog. Case closed. This song actually fucking goes off. That bass. Oh, I've never heard this part. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, play it, brother.
The Greg Larson Show. The big unit is ready to go. The Greg Larson Show. Muck around on the marzipan. A fresh custard in his hand. The greatest podcast in all the land. Greg Larson Show. Yeah. Great, just what we need, another podcast